Are you like turning it up and down and up and down?
Yeah, I'm like messing
Okay, I
with
was about to say
volume.
because it was like going in and out, and I was like, I don't know if it was just cutting or what. Are you able to hear that heater in the back or no?
No, does my mic sound okay? This is the first time I've got this soundboard to work.
I think it sounds good.
It's
Wait,
the national championship, so no one's gonna freaking jump on.
get
What?
close real quick. And talk.
Hello? Hello? Hello?
Okay.
I can turn it up too.
No, it just sounds just a smidge different than your other one.
It may be the
It's almost like a reverb at the end.
yeah, it's like processing, I think.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
See, I can't I can tell you're doing something, I just can't really hear it.
It's not loud enough.
Nah.
Okay, what about this?
I hear it, but it was. It just like gets super loud and then it gets quiet. Super loud, quiet. That's steady. All right.
You can hear all that?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Well,
sadly.
Sadly? Not sadly.
Dun, dun, dun.
Dun, dun. All right, cool. Let's intro. Hey, everybody. Welcome back to the 100.
I'm Jake.
Hey, Jake.
Been a minute since I did that.
Yeah. How are you, my friend?
I am swell. How art thou, good friend?
Fantastic. I didn't know it was the national championship tonight, so Clayton called me and asked me to come over and watch it with him. I was like, no, I don't care about
national championship,
college football.
Oh yeah, no one cares.
I think Indiana and Miami's playing tonight. Oklahoma State's gonna be back up on top soon.
Yeah. Apparently they're not half bad in basketball.
I have seen that. Got a new coach in football, so hopefully it's gonna be looking on the up and up.
Yeah. I did see who was it? Me and Abby's cousin Colton were talking, and he was like, yeah, they fired Gundy, and then Outlaws and then Murphy's went under. Like the bars down on the strip. Yeah. So Outlaws is no more, and then Murphy's is no more.
In like rebellion to Gundy getting fired or what?
Oh, I don't know. I don't know the ordeal, but he just made that connection. I was like, there might be something to that.
Hey, there we go. Hunter Simmons said, I'm just popping in to say what's up. I'm watching the last episode of Landman. You will enjoy it. Do you watch Landman, Jacoby?
Never seen it.
Definitely worth a watch.
Never seen Landman. We didn't even finish Yellowstone, and then I've never seen one episode of Stranger Things. So,
man, uncultured swine, man.
I'm just a man of God. That's all. Unlike you sinners.
You don't watch the sci-fi.
I don't watch the devil's work.
I understand.
No, I do
sometimes. So for people that are either listening on audio or tuning in live, got a couple of formats of the show that we're working on here. We're going to be doing a lot of these lives as we kind of work through the soft part of the season, kind of the January through March.
Is that what you call slow?
I call that about as slow as it gets in the whitetail woods. I mean, still like kind of shed season, but it's about as far. I heard something the other day that said that January is like the Monday of the year. It's like it is. January feels like a Monday. You're turning the page, but it's going to be a long page to turn. So we're going to be doing a lot of these live episodes, kind of just fill in the gaps, keep it a little more fun, more conversational, less tactical with guests. So we'll still sprinkle in guests from time to time, and we'll do some internals too. But these we're going to be doing quite a few lives over the next couple months, which I'm excited for. This is actually one of my favorite formats of the show.
Yeah. We got one rolled in from YouTube. Zach said, "Sup, fellers? I'll say hi to Christian only after that comment. Jake, Landman, and Yellowstones are awesome." So apparently Zach is pretty religious on Stranger Things. I have seen that.
Oh, really? How do you know that?
I think I seen a Facebook post or something like that from him, but I think he said it's like top 5, top 10 shows he's ever watched, which apparently he needs more channels because
Stranger Things.
Yeah.
Interesting. I will say Landman is pretty awesome, but Billy Bob Thornton's a really good actor. I couldn't remember what I remembered him from, and it's from, like, Bad Santa. He was in those shows with, like
Yeah, I remember
yeah,
that.
that was a long, long time ago. Denton said, "Happy MLK Day, boys. Happy MLK Day." Did you well, I guess you're self-employed, so you're today off, but I called a guy at my, HOA today, and he was like, "Hey, sorry, it's my day off." Lauren was off today too, so did you enjoy your MLK Day?
So the dude that's in charge of the HOA had a day off?
100%.
So
Yeah.
those fines had a day off or what?
Dude, I did not get a fine today. Thank God. God's good.
No. No, I was planning on working. I woke up and everything, then I checked the weather and said it was supposed to be like a wind chill of like in the single digits, and I was like, "You know what? No, thank you. I ain't got that much to do." So
Hitting like a knife.
yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Well, this is it every year. We get the cold after hunting season. They need to shift deer season back to just, starting in November, and then we'll just go through January and then February. All the deer still hold until freaking March anyways.
Yeah,
So,
we don't need the rut. It's fine.
well, November.
Oh, we're
Starting November.
starting in November.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay.
I'm not skipping the rut.
Okay.
Even though I only saw one rutting deer this year and it was a spike. Chasing a doe hard.
You just need to hunt harder. That's all.
I know, man. You just need to work harder, hunt harder. Back in my day, freaking Butterfinger was a nickel.
Mhm. Just to kinda I mean, I know we've reminisced quite a bit, like, on the previous lives about last year, but when we were talking earlier about, this upcoming year, it kinda started making me reminisce, like, the Kodiak, the Alberta, all that good stuff, and I was just like, "Man, it's too early to be thinking," and we got enough planned for, like, this upcoming year where I'm just like, "It's gonna be a few years before we do that again," but dadgum, it's kinda making me, like, miss it just a little bit
Missed the
already, Nick.
Kodiak or
Well,
Alberta? You were
well,
successful in Alberta.
just both, like, in general, like, thinking about that made me, like, reamped for just whitetail and just hunting in general. Luckily, like, I have some hogs I can chase, but, like, that kinda, like, revitalized my spirit a little bit, and so I'm just, like, sitting here like, "Man, I don't already need to be kind of itching at January 19th." It's pretty bad.
Yeah, it's just a big circle. Every when I shot that velvet spike in Kodiak, I was like, man, maybe this will age well. Maybe I'll regret this. Now, as we're through the season, I'm like, I do not regret that
I wouldn't have
one,
regretted it at all.
one bit, not one bit. I'm very happy that I think anytime you go on a adventure hunt or long ways away from home, if you're able to bring something home,
Yeah,
I
it's a
think
win.
that's a win.
Just need a rifle next time we go to Kodiak, that's all. That's all. That's
You'd
all.
turn that into a 2-day hunt with
That's fine.
the
That's
rifle.
fine. I mean, you drop me off, and the 2-day hunt will turn into, like, a week hunt anyways because they won't be able to pick us up, so
Yeah, it could be part of it.
theoretically, yeah.
Zach said New Mexico is open for draw. Are y'all getting in on that?
Open for draw for elk,
I
I
think
would
elk,
assume?
mule deer, the whole deal, the whole gamut. You getting in on that?
They don't do preference points, so probably not. Because I don't feel like I need to do anything crazy this year. I mean, I'm putting in for Kansas, and I really wanna punch a good whitetail, and so it'll probably be just, like, Kansas, then hunt in Oklahoma, and then if we like, we need to if we do it, we need to throw time in antelope. Like, so I think that just needs to be a commitment. Then after that, after the antelope commitment, it's like Kansas and then Oklahoma, or Oklahoma then Kansas, either one.
If I go back to Colorado, it's gonna be at least a week for
Mhm.
the antelope. It's gonna, which it's a pretty chill style of hunting. I mean, you're
Yeah,
driving around 80% of the time, listening to music, bumping tunes, looking for goats. So it's not like when you're in it, you're getting baked by the sun and that sort of stuff. But you're just like, I like it because you're in it in spurts. Like you're in it for 2 hours and then you're not, and then you're in it again,
yeah.
and you're not. So I would love to go back to Colorado though.
Is that where you and Jake's been talking?
We've been talking about Colorado, and then we've been trying to finagle. There's a guy I know that in Wyoming. that we've kind of been talking about maybe swapping a hunt for, but I don't know if that'll happen or not. So I
Is
don't
it
have anything to swap. So that's
is
kind of my
it is it who you picked up your passport from?
exactly. Yeah, my buddy.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So, oh yeah, you were there. Yeah, you were
Mm,
there. Yeah.
yep, I
So we
was there.
stopped in Wyoming. Yeah, it's
I
that
wouldn't
situation.
mind going back to Gillette. Like that was beautiful there.
That's a cool little spot, man. Yeah, it was a cool
Yeah.
spot. I I really I'm interested in your take on this because me and Jake have been talking about it. Pronghorn, where we went in Colorado, would be probably something that I told him that I thought with a week, your likelihood of killing one was probably 50-50. You're going to definitely shoot at some. Are you going to kill them? I don't know. But I could also see pronghorn being one of those things where you go to the same area 5 years in a row, and there's a chance that you still don't kill one because of just kind of how it lays out. And there's also a chance you go and you get three good stocks and three people kill them, but it's just not one of those animals that I have like a bunch of confidence in of like actually putting one on the ground.
I think if we had a week there, you got to think we had what 2 days, maybe two and a quarter day, and we had two or one legitimate stock apiece. That's not bad.
No, that one that I got in on that we crawled in on and we had those four at 70 yards or something. That was a pretty quality stock, but they were just all does. There wasn't a
Yeah.
buck. I mean,
Oh
I think
well, I was mainly talking about that one that. No, there was a buck in there, was there not?
I'm talking about we're talking about two separate ones. The one you're talking about is when you're behind me. I crawled behind that cactus, and then that one doe spotted me in the buck, and his
Yes.
harem like 15 ran off. I'm talking about the one right before that when we stalked in on those four does, and one walked by, two walked by,
Oh
and there was
yeah,
never a buck. Um, Now if you were hunting like Nebraska or something, you could have easily shot a doe because it's like an either sex tag. That's also a thing for me. I don't know if you have to shoot a buck to it to be counted towards the slam, but I do want to shoot a buck.
I think it would mean more, like because if not, it's like kind of what's the point? I don't know. Maybe not.
Not with a bow.
Yeah.
I would hold a doe with pride, with a lot of pride. Kane White said, "How's the fellas doing tonight?"
Oh
Fantastic.
yeah, I remember him. He joined, I think, last time. Remember, he's Kane Brown's cousin.
Yeah, Kane White.
Yeah.
I'm glad you asked how we're doing tonight. I have something on my thing for you. Can you hear that?
It goes in and out. All right, see, that's better. It's not like crystal clear. It sounds like you're holding it like and listening to it through a phone. But,
Okay. Well,
yeah.
People that are watching, you tell me if you can hear it crystal clear. To me, it's coming through really good, but it could be because my headphones are just hooked up to the actual recorder.
Yeah, it sounds like you're coming through your headphones into the mic and then through our headset.
That could definitely be happening. So apart from the pronghorn thing, is there anything else that you're interested in putting in for, or are you just going to keep building up points?
I think just putting up points. I mean, unless we can draw it for like Wyoming or something like that, or figure out something obviously that has better pronghorn hunting. I mean, I don't want to spread myself too thin, and from what we got planned for like the summertime and stuff like that, it's like I don't want to overstretch what we have going on. So I just want to keep it as simple as I can for this year because we kind of went all out last year, at least for the early season. But I mean, yeah, just possibly pronghorn. I'm putting in for Kansas. I already got a point there, so I'm definitely a shoe in for this year, especially as a solo. And so that's going to be a given. And between that and Oklahoma, and me not punching both buck tags in Oklahoma in multiple years, it's like I think I got a full season ahead of me.
I think
Yeah.
you're right.
Yeah.
Country Christian said it sounded like it was underwater. Okay. Well, we'll work on that for next week because that song is bumping in my headphones. It sounds really good.
Hoot hoot.
Super from Wild on Instagram said, "I'm filling my freezer in Oklahoma next October, then chasing the last week of archery before gun opening in Wisconsin in November." I think that sounds like a plan, man. That's one of the things I would really like to spend October filling my freaking freezer next year, like laying into some does, because this year I only shot one doe and it was down here in Texas. And there's a certain level of experience and confidence you get seeing the arrow run through about 4 or 5 of them. And that would have been nice to kinda build that confidence this fall. Didn't shoot a bunch of does.
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't shoot one doe, I don't think. I mean, not for lack of trying, they just skirted me. Aaron Cordy, 8415. Not my thing, but my hunting buddy took his old man to Arizona and got lions. I'm doing the skulls for them, and they are pretty dang cool. I wouldn't mind doing
Mountain
some mountain
lions.
lion hunting.
I would like to do
Didn't
the mountain lion thing for sure
didn't they
with
say
dogs.
like a big cat is like 120 pounds or something like that?
That would be a good size one. I think I know they get bigger than that, like 180 pounds would be a monster. Um, the guy we talked to from Steel Creek Outfitters shoots some Boone and Crockett cats, and he was saying that they're like those big ones. Remember when he took a cell phone and like videoed and showed us those
Yeah,
cats on his mantle? Those are, I think, 180-pound type cats, and it's a I think there's a few animals on the slam that are like hunts you'd probably only want to do once. I think like a muskox would definitely be one of them. They say they kind of herd up. You can walk right up to them. They don't really run away. That's probably one of them. Mountain lion with dogs would be it'd be really cool to see the dogs work, but shooting one out of a tree isn't like super
you say that. You never did it. You say it.
no, but like I can tell you that's not going to be something that you're like, I got to do that again for the next 5 years every year, like elk hunting or anything like that. I think that's definitely one, but I would do it for sure. I'd love to go mountain lion hunting.
Aaron said the old man's was 160 pounds.
That's a big boy.
That is a big boy. So, do they measure the skull? Is that how they do that with lions as well?
I'm sure it's probably a skull measurement. That's the only, yeah, that'd be the only thing you could measure. Cause like, my black bear, I have it in the other side of the desk. I think it's measured like top of the head to the back, and then there's a width measurement, and it's measured in sixteenths, which is
Hmm.
interesting. It's not eighths. So if it's 2/16, it's not an eighth. They just call it 2/16, which is it's kind of interesting.
Yeah. He said real blessing because he was diagnosed with 9/11 related cancer just before they left.
Oh
That's
wow,
a story. Yeah.
sorry to hear
Well,
that.
good thing you got him one. I mean, that's cool. That's cool.
Okay.
I think we missed one.
Yep.
Oh
Oh,
yeah, I'm on it.
yep.
Kane Brown's cousin says, "Do you guys do any food plotting for whitetail?"
You a food plotter? Pecan orchard hunter?
Uh, the only thing I planted is whole kernel corn, and it usually likes to blossom and spread like its seeds about twice a day. So
So you're a farmer. Good stuff, man.
yes, yes.
I've done very minimal food plotting. I've had my grandpa help me plant a few food plots, mainly like winter wheat, rye, oats, like stuff that grows really, really easy. I will say this year, I want to one of my hunting goals for 2026 is to plant like 3 acres of food on one of the places, one of the leases. So I'd like to do that. Um, just a land management tactic that I feel like you got to learn, especially if you want to own property. So I think Denton might end up helping me kind of with that, showing me the ropes, and then my buddy Clay said he would help me as well. So I'm very novice on the food plotting stuff, but it's something that I really do like want to learn.
Do you remember like in 2016 when we tried to set up back there at the buddy stand at Dustin's and we tilled it and did all that crap, like literally with the hand tiller?
I
That
remember.
one I remember because that one actually turned out pretty dang well.
Did it?
Yeah, yeah, it like greened up because we had a rain like 3 days later. It was the perfect scenario. It didn't last long, mainly just because like the does were hitting it. But I mean, it definitely helped. But that's about as
Dude, yeah, it definitely works. Country Christian on Instagram said our group has a Kentucky trip probable for Kansas and adding another Iowa point plus our usual local Ohio tags. I do I do need to get a point in Iowa this year. I want to start building up whitetail points in Iowa. That's a bucket list type thing. You fellas getting anything all shot this year mounted? Jake, I bet is. What do you got, Jacoby?
I didn't get. I mean, I guess if you call it Euro mount, I shot a buck in Southeast, Euroed it, and then that elk I got, he was just a Euro as well. So,
Was the
uh,
Euro elk any more costly than a regular mount? Regular Euro?
so I did well. I've only ever, I think, taken one to get it like a Euroed from a actual person. The other ones I just always do myself. And that one that I took to Jared, granted, the same guy ended up doing the elk. I just didn't know Jared like basically what's the right
Subcontract
word?
out.
Yeah, yeah. I didn't know he did that. So that one was including his fee. I think it was like 175, but normally the kid or the guy charges 125 or maybe 150 for a whitetail Euro. And then for my elk, I think he charged 225 to Euro it.
Okay. Yeah, it's quite a bit
So
bigger. So
yeah.
that makes sense. I actually got my Euro back. Yeah, this weekend. I remember why I pay people to do these and not myself because they look so much better.
You just hold it side by side and you're like, oh.
Oh no, when I put them on the wall, I'm like, dude, that looks like crap. Like next to mine. That's my buck from this year. 10.5 inches of freaking wide thunder right there. He is cool though. He's a cool deer. Like you can just funny thing is like this pedicle right here, he had something broke off. I'm assuming another point like that. But this pedicle is almost like turned inside, like this horn's like quarter turn in, which like makes sense. He's really funky looking. It's a cool buck though.
Yeah, it's cool.
Guarantee you those eye guards tore somebody up. They literally touch in the front.
I would have shot him.
Oh yeah. I'm curious. I'm curious what the age is going to be on him because I submitted that to deerage.com and I'm supposed to get it back February 22nd. I'm really, really curious.
Oh yeah, it's coming up. Isaac said I just killed an 8-point.
Congratulations.
Send us some pics. DM
That's all.
and Instagram.
I got one over here on Instagram.
All right, go for it.
Cover 2 at Dorset. What's going on, fellas? What is going on, man? Hope your season ended up good. It's down here in Texas, not too far from me. So hope your season ended up better than mine in Texas.
Kane White said, we run dogs here in Ontario for coyotes. It's like nothing else when you hear them hounds fire up in the middle of a block.
I could see that would be pretty fun.
That would be. I don't know. Maybe just because like the rednecks around here, they try to run dogs for coyotes and stuff, and like some of them will put it on their Snapchat. And it's just like, dude, it's nasty. Like they'll absolutely tear them limb from limb, and it's just like, man, just shoot them or something. Dead gum.
Yeah, it's brutal. They do that for pigs down here a bunch too. I'm sure they do it up by you if there are pigs, but I don't know. I'm not like against the hounds or anything, but when I see him like grabbing the pig's ear and like biting them on every spot, I'm like, ugh. Like it's just not my thing. Like
pigs, I don't mind. Like you absolutely go up and stab it 100,000 times. I don't care. But like I don't know, just dogs.
Have you ever done that though?
To a pig?
Yeah, stabbed
I
one.
shot. No, I shot one in the face with a 12 gauge from like 7 yards.
I do remember.
Yeah.
I went. So Lauren had a farrier at her barn that was a huge pig hunter, and he would chase him down in the 4-wheeler, get out, shoot him with shotgun and whatever. Well, he took me out one time and like with a freaking big blade and was like, we're gonna catch some pigs. And like we ran one down and he got out and like grabbed it by the back legs. And I was trying to like stab it, obviously. And he's like, you're not in a bar fight. Hold it like a real knife. Like quit trying to do it like that. And I grabbed it and sunk it to the handle and it screamed. And I was like, this is not for me. This is really not for me. And I never did it again. And he was like, wasn't that exhilarating? And I'm like, yeah, but I don't like it. I prefer
I don't really want to practice that motion all too often,
No, it's one mental break away from being a serial killer if you practice that many times. So I didn't enjoy it.
He said, we try to be humane about it. Run then for a few blocks and then get a good open shot. The mountain lion hounds are super gnarly. Now, mountain lions, on the other hand, it's like you need some gnarly dogs, I would assume, because I wonder what the turnover rate on those dogs are for mountain lions. I feel like we asked the outfitter that.
They've gotta get tore up every once in a while because
You
they
would
do it
think so.
because they do it pigs, but I think mountain lions climb trees and they bay and stuff, so maybe they don't have as much of a engagement rate because hogs can't get off the ground. You know, you're
Yeah.
getting into it if you're running a hog dogs. Oh,
Oh, Zach said, I think I'm going to try and do some micro plots on public and see what happens. Are you able to do food plots and stuff on Texas?
no. No, but you probably just end up creating some awesome plots for someone else to hunt over, Zach. That's probably how that'll end up going. Public in Texas, where are you hunting? There ain't no public. I got a couple on Instagram. Country Christian said, I got my first public land buck this year, a nice wide 9-pointer. So he's getting mounted. Heck yeah. That's awesome. And Cover 2
Teach me
said,
your
I'm
ways.
I am 3 for 3 as far as hits on deer, 0 for 3 on recoveries. 2 of them ran out of real estate. As far as acre or access to small plots, then I got the haunting of the 6'5" bleed more. Never recovered on the third. The 6'5" bleed more. I haven't heard that one. That's a
I
pretty good
haven't
one.
either. I always thought the 6'5" was pretty good.
It's kind of it's
Is
like
it
expandable broadhead of the hunting realm. You know,
Mhm.
when it works, you're like, look at this. But when it doesn't work, they love to hate on it.
Kane White, what's your guys' favorite broadheads?
What's your favorite?
Expandable or fixed? I'll do both.
Yeah, either way.
So fixed.
All time, all time.
So as of right now, it's going to be the 200 grain BPAs, single bevel. I like those. They're too heavy. And then I dropped down to 100 grain fix from VPA as well. But these ones were vented. I don't like the vented. They're super loud. They worked. It's what killed my elk, but
And your
it's
deer.
just oh yeah, and my deer. So
Yep.
they work. It's just I think if you get some that's not vented, but also 100 grains, I think it'll go through anything. So that's just that's where I'm at. Because also I wasn't having a super heavy arrow. What I think my arrow weight was like 485, and the deer I shot on public, it was a 40-yard shot, and it went through both shoulders, and it broke both shoulders. Granted, not a huge bodied deer, just because it's mountain deer, are pretty small bodied, but still, yeah, from 40 yards with a 485 grain, it's like that did the trick. And I think if it would have been a expandable, then probably wouldn't have got that much penetration just because of the. I mean, ask the
The
range
shot was
fair, I
a little
guess.
it was a little forward.
That's true.
And
That's
I
true
mean, it
too.
broke both shoulders bad. I mean,
But as for expandables, like I haven't shot a lot of expandables to test them out, but I like the Grim Reaper whitetail specials. When they hit, they hit, and it's like if you hit them in the shoulder, obviously with any expandable, it's like that's when you're kind of like iffy. But I mean, if you put it where it needs to be and you're like 20 yards and in, it's like they're nasty too.
yeah, that's I would say my favorite fix that I've ever shot. I've shot a bunch. Shot thunderheads for a while, muzzies. Um, what other fix did I shoot? I've shot several different ones. I would say my favorite fix is a single bevel 125 Omega from VPA. I like it's kind of got a smaller profile. I think it's just over an inch cut. It looks just like an arrowhead, which I'm like the Indians had something right. So,
Yeah.
and I hand sharpen them myself. I'm confident quartering away. I shot a buck this year with them. That one I just showed the Euro. Pretty much quartering to almost frontal, hit him in between the shoulder and the neck, penetrated through everything, out the back ribs, hit the back leg, broke the back leg, and he ran 50 yards and fell over. So I like the single bevels. And then my favorite expandable that I've ever shot. I shot quite a few deer with a swacker, but and when it worked, it worked. When it didn't, It didn't. So I don't really see a whole lot of reason to shoot at expandables at this point.
So this is the VPA's 200 grain. This one might be a little used,
Oh yeah.
but so that's that. That one's good. If it's 100 grains lighter, even 50 grains lighter, I think I like it just from the uh trajectory standpoint. But this is actually the broadhead that killed my elk, and you can see it's vented. The dexterity. Does dexterity mean durability?
Yeah, it sounds cool. I
Okay,
don't
cool.
think so. I think
Well,
dexterity is the ability to like move.
all right. Well, obviously you can see it dented
Yeah.
right there, but like, dude, it whistles like in nobody's business.
I think all vented broadheads do that. Muzzies,
Yeah,
all anything vented. Solid piece is definitely the way to go.
but I mean, it flew like a freaking pencil. So I guess can't really complain too much.
Nope. Luca said,
Doncic?
exactly. What do you guys do if you still have deer around after light? How do you scare deer off, Jake?
Usually with my thermal.
Yeah, there you go.
No. Uh, I mean, it depends. Like, if you go to, I feel like if it's after dark, and as long as you don't wind bump them, you can kind of just get out of there. But worst case, you can just take your headlamp and like kind of flash. Usually they'll work off. But I mean, I don't really think too hard in it. What do you do?
One of my favorites is I'll pull up a coyote pack on YouTube,
Oh, really?
and I'll go ah, and they usually are like, oh, because the first thought is probably, hey, how did these get on me? And I never heard them. But then I don't know. It's loud and it's a familiar noise. So I don't like to be seen of like, hey, I'm up in the tree or anything. So I'd rather make a noise. And sometimes I'll drop something out of the stand, and that's enough to make them scare off. But I just don't want to be seen. That's my main thing. I don't mind if they hear me. I don't want to be smelt, and I don't want to be seen. I don't care about being heard. So that's some of the things I've done. Um, Cover two outdoor said I'll send you a video that make you think otherwise. I think he's talking about the bleed more. The country Christian said my favorite broadheads are the ones that drop deer fast. Exactly. Yeah, anything in the spine. It's a good broadhead. Jay Hines 4 said thoughts on annihilators. I've seen the annihilators. I've never used them. They look, I think they're like a hybrid. I think they shoot. Some of them are like they look like a fix, but they also like deploy. So they look cool. I've never used them though.
Oh, yeah, they do look cool.
Country Christian said drop 3 deer with Grim Reapers whitetail specials on Easton Axis 5mm this year. Yep, that's a setup.
I need to know some people's arrow setups because I need to start taking bids for them. I'm like completely out of arrows now, so I just gotta.
I'd say the victories.
Think so?
Rip TKOs. Yeah, that's what I'm going to be using. I'm fixing to build a bunch of arrows for tack. Like I'm going to build like a few dozen because what I want to do is build my tack arrow, make my hunting arrow, and I want to build like several dozen of them. That way, I have that same arrow set up to shoot all year, and like whether we go antelope or deer or whatever.
So would your tack arrow be your antelope arrow?
For sure. Yeah, it would be my everything arrow. I'm not going to change up and make like a
I'm with you.
arrow for tack. I'll probably shoot still something.
So you're gonna try to do like the lightest arrow you can
for antelope for sure. Yeah.
I mean, what about whitetail though? Be basically the same thing.
My opinion on the whitetail stuff is like it's constantly evolving, but my general thoughts are like if you hit them with a single bevel with a above 400 grain arrow, pretty good. I just think you're gonna penetrate them. They're not that wide.
Yeah,
I don't know if that's backed by science.
Your Southwest deer, they're a little bit bigger bodied, but also the shot selection is usually a lot closer. So it's like I feel like that would work. And then on the mountain bucks, it's like you're going to want a pretty flat trajectory anyways. So plus the bodies are smaller, so I think you can get away with that too. Then antelope, they got a glass chin. Then the foam, and then the foam targets, it's like you're not even going to hit those anyways. So it's just whatever the tree likes.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Cover 2 said, I know that Horse Ranch found that buck I shot with the T2. We talked about it, but I like a fixed G5 Montec. I've never shot the G5 Montec, but I know a lot of people do. Okay, here we go. Here's one for you.
Zach says, I'm going to do some spot and stock on some pigs this year so I can get reps in that I didn't for the deers. Pigs are a good way to do your spot and stocks. I
It's one of
mean,
my goals too.
yeah. As long as you have the wind and you're relatively quiet, I think you got it.
For the pigs?
Yeah.
Oh, dude. Pig spot and stock are so fun. Every time I'm shed hunting, I run into them. Like,
Yeah.
it's like every time.
If they're out in the open, they're fun. Because, I mean, I know I said this last podcast, but where mine were the other day was like in the thick part of the property. And I was trying to squeeze through all these little saplings to get to them. And as soon as they heard me, they were just like, nope. And obviously, you can't get a shot. Yeah.
Yeah. For sure. Mega meats are the real deal, he says. Yep, I know some people that shoot them, and they say the same thing. They freaking knock a dinner plate out of them if you hit them. I know that. It really does.
Kane White says, do you find the whistling makes a big difference on the animal's reaction?
It didn't. I don't think it did for you, but I don't know. And when you stand down range of them, if like you were to stand behind the house and someone's to shoot a vented broadhead, you hear it. You definitely hear it. Don't you think?
Would it matter? I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think it makes like a huge thing, but it's just something like I personally don't like. So if I don't like it, it's like, why use it? But it probably doesn't make a huge difference. Obviously, it worked. I mean, I was 2 for 2. I could just say that's why I didn't kill anything in Kodiak, but I didn't even release an arrow. So
yeah, I don't know. I don't know if it makes a difference, but I was talking with Tank about this when we recorded a podcast, and I think it's all about confidence. Like if you're confident in your arrow and your broadhead setup, you're going to shoot it really well. If you're not, you're going to be second guessing yourself. And that's my thing. I just want to be really confident in my setup. And I was this year after I got my Matthews, but on my PSE when I went from the 5 mils and had to shoot those 4 mils at the elk, the whole time I was thinking these are not going to shoot the way like my
really,
other the whole time. That wasn't why I didn't kill the elk, but it's just something subconscious in your mind, you know, just one other thing to think about. So get your equipment right so it gets out of your freaking way.
that and we should have brought more arrows to the yak.
I will never go
Yeah.
with 6 again. I'll never do it. I'll bring a tube with another dozen.
Mm-hmm.
You never know what's going to happen. It seems like every time something happens to me, I lose a quiver, I lose arrows. I lose arrows every time. Every time I donated some to Kodiak too.
Yeah,
dude, I'm not kidding. Arrows. I need an arrow sponsor. Sever is like Rage, but not as flimsy. I have heard good things about Sever. I've never shot him.
Same.
Never shot him. Aaron said VAP TKO 235s with a 50 grain outsert and 125 grain broadhead on Matthews lift. Still using Exodus or my Elite Era. It's so funny, Aaron. That's like almost my exact same setup. I used to shoot a RIP TKO 250 spine, 50 grain outsert, 125 grain single bevel, which I think is like 480 something with the lift X. So
this one is 285 plus 125. What's that? Do the math.
He's the 235 is the spine.
Oh, I'm an idiot. Sorry.
Yeah. Okay.
Zach says this weekend I'll be out in maybe the Texas snow on a pig draw hunt. Might get western. Is it supposed to snow in Texas?
Not that I know of.
I mean, that'd be pretty cool. Hunting pigs in the snow. Oh, dude, if it snows here, that's exactly Zach. That's a beautiful idea. Thank you. If it snows here, which I think we're supposed to get a little bit Saturday, I think, and if it does, I want to try to go out there. Because the good thing about snow, my problem is if you don't bait them, it's kind of hard. You got to walk around and look for them. Not a big deal, but if it's in the thick stuff, you can kind of know when you're getting close or not, so you don't spook them.
Well, now I got to find out what the weather's doing because if it's going to snow, I'm going hunting this weekend for some pigs too.
I love the VAP TKOs. They for sure skip on long range shots that you miss judge on the yardage. That's the biggest issue ever. Did you talk to Tank about that? Pretty good.
About what? What do you mean skip?
Well, just like the forgiveness when it comes to like judging yardage and stuff.
Oh yeah, his general philosophy on that was like, to be fast is to be accurate, because to be fast is to be is higher forgiveness. So he shoots his bow. He shoots a 31.5-inch draw, and he was saying that he shoots like 330 with his arrow setup. He shoots like a 425 grain arrow, 330 feet per second. And he was like, my thing is, he said he shoots at Texas deer that are 80 pounds and in a static position. And he just said to be fast is to be accurate. And he would rather shoot a faster arrow. And I'm like, yeah, that makes sense. But he did mention that the faster you go, above 300 FPS, the harder it is to tune and the harder it is to get them flying the right way, because they're coming off a lot faster. So
it's kind of like at a certain point, it almost starts hurting you.
You can get them where they tune and they fly really, really well, but
for the average individual,
yeah, like, are we going to be able to freaking paper tune and tune an arrow that's going 340 the right? Probably not, not with our skill set. So that's something to consider. So it looks like on Saturday, here we're looking at a winter storm, cloudy with rain and freezing rain, temps falling to 30, winds of 10 to 20 miles per hour. So it's looks like it's gonna be raining this week here. Ugh. When it's cold and wet, what is that? What's that, brother? Have you seen that meme? What's that, brother? I love that one. Ugh.
Yeah, we're supposed to get a little dust on Friday and Saturday.
That would be awesome. I will take a dust. It sounds like it's just gonna rain here. No pig hunting for me. Boo-hoo. I ain't going out in the rain. Pritch30 on Instagram said, I found one 90-inch shed or 100 shed year, but none over 50 inches. Interesting. He's talking about the sheds. 90-inch shed's a monster. Do you have any shed goals this year, or you really don't care?
I mean, I'd like to go kind of shed hunt over there on that public piece. Me and your brother was hitting quite a bit early season, but this mainly just try to find some spots for hang cameras next year. But that's about it. If I kick over a shed, that'd be cool. Sounds bad, I'd rather find a deadhead than a shed, but yeah.
I went on a listing appointment on Saturday. I told you my goal is to find 40 sheds, right? The highest year before this is 17. I'm averaging like a shed per 2 miles. So to find 40, I'm going to have to do 80 miles. If I postseason scout 80 miles, I'm going to have some good spots if I end up drawing this public piece over here. So I do it mainly for the scouting of just like finding spots for deer and the sign and the pigs. And the sheds are kind of just a bonus, but I just find it as a good excuse to go scout. I'm going shed hunt. We go shed hunting on public, where we used to quite a bit, and it had nothing to do with sheds. It's just freaking scouting,
hanging cameras. Yeah,
you can find some really good sign, and the trails are all beat down. It's not green. Like, you can tell pretty good rubs, scrapes, what's going on postseason. Okay. Denton said, yeah, Saturday shows snow. Yeah, dude. Denton, we need some snow down here. Let's go shed hunt. Me and Denton are going to go shed hunt together in March. Cool. Yeah, so maybe Denton will have to come over to the pod. Who knows? Who knows, bub? Cover to outdoor said,
you don't want Denton on again, man. Those comments, after all those comments, I say we just boot him.
He sent me an Excel spreadsheet. He's got a list of people he's going to have to fight. Cover 2 outdoors said mine's 300 spine, rip TKO, 50 grain out, 100 grains up front. Yeah, it's a good setup, man. He said sites you're using this year. Oh, what site are you using this year?
I've been using it for the last couple of years. Spot Hog, Fast Eddie XL. Thing's durable. You can ask Christian, because I keep referring to Kodiak, but I beat the absolute piss out of that bow more than I've ever. Because like usually you baby it, like when you go to tow it up the tree after you set up for whitetail or whatever, it's kind of like you make sure you don't hit the limbs. When you let it back down, you let it drop super easy. There, it's like toss it on your back, whatever limb hits it, whatever, and it's just like if it hits the ground, no problem. So that kind of made me realize it's like, hey, your equipment's probably a lot tougher than you realize. So, but yeah, that thing held up really well. The only thing granted, I think multiple sites are like this too, but on the inside of the wheel, the scroll wheel,
Oh,
it'll
dude.
sometimes get pretty dirty. And so I haven't oiled it ever, probably should, but whenever it gets like pretty stiff, what I did in Kodiak is we were camping by a little old pond or something, and I just dipped the whole site in there and I started scrolling it, and it took about, I don't know, a couple dips, maybe 10, 15 minutes of just kind of working it, and then now it's buttery smooth again. So probably should throw some oil on it, but it's something to consider.
I think they just get dry and they do not roll. But I don't think that's a spot hog thing. I think that's an every adjustable site type of thing. Because I had that happen in my HHA. I'm sure it'll happen. I have an Ultra View 3-pin slider. I got a Matthews this year, and I ordered it with the bow, so it's like an integrated sight. It's pretty nice. One of the things that's different about it than the sights I've used in the past is it has a 0.15 pins, so it's not 0.19 or 0.10. It's 0.15, which is a good size. I mean, I like it.
Oh, yours is 0.5?
0.15.
Oh,
Yeah, so
okay.
it's kind of in between the two,
Yeah.
but I like it. It's been a pretty sweet sight, but I'm also
3-pin,
not
you said?
3-pin slider. Yep.
That's the way to
Yep.
do it.
I'm gonna build a freaking nasty arrow for tag, man, and sight that thing in. It's gonna
Yeah.
be
I'm hoping I can go to like at least one shot or something. Obviously, I got the baby coming right before tax, so like the Oklahoma one ain't going to happen. But like, if we can go to a shot 3D somewhere, or maybe even a different tack, that would be
yeah,
ideal.
dude. I think the registration for TAC is
It's coming up.
yeah, it's this Wednesday. I need to find someone to go with. I plan on going, but I got to find somebody to go with.
I bet you Trey and Connor probably going.
Yeah, that might be a good option there. That's a good idea. I need to text them then.
Full of
Denton
them.
said, "I'll invite any negative Nancy to bring their comments to the TTHA show. I'll be at the Osseo booth. What is the TTHA show? Oh, Texas Trophy Hunter. That's
Mm.
that's hilarious.
Well, what's Dent doing there?
Trophy hunting?
Oh.
Dude, that's funny.
Oh. Oh, we got this one first.
Denton,
Zach
when is
said
that
I'm
show, by the way? I would like to go to that for real. So text me. Anyways, go ahead.
Zach says I'm not a believer of the Ranch Fairy idea. I'm gonna go with those TKOs and the Mega Meats or Sever for most of my stuff. I
Yeah.
mean, what's your take on that?
So I've kind of I have got the alternative perspective for Troy since we've had him on the podcast like I think a couple times. He came over here and we did like a time to target video for the YouTube channel not like too long ago. My general philosophy is I think both people are right. I think accuracy matters. I think weight matters a bunch for range forgiveness, similar to what we talked to with Scientific Archer. I don't know why both can't be true. Why can't you shoot a really good single bevel broadhead on a lightweight arrow and do both, right? It's like, oh, it can't all be the weight. Some of it has to be the mechanical advantage. Some of it has to be, it's not breaking because it's an expand up. That's just my general thoughts. Like I like to kind of merge the two together. So like would I shoot an expandable? Maybe on an antelope or something, but not on a whitetail. I just don't see the need on a whitetail. Like
I think the way the fix are flying nowadays. Now, granted, I'm not just a renowned fix shooter, right? Like I've shot, I think 2 or 3 fix different brands, and again, I'm not trying to plug them, whatever, but the way the VPAs shoot, it's like as long as you kind of the only tuning I've done really with my arrow is Noctune. when it comes to that. And if you just
And
barely
paper
knock tune it, and I paper tuned it, but I don't even think we really even moved it.
no.
Well, did we not? We did in my
No,
grandpa's garage. Yeah.
uh,
But like they fly so good, and like that's kind of the only pro that I've ever heard from. I mean, obviously besides like, oh, it leaves massive cut. They're supposed to expandables to fly like a broadhead. And if you can get a fixed blade to fly like a broadhead or a field point, then what's the what's the big pro to that then if that's the case?
it would have to be the cutting diameter.
Hmm.
Which I say, if you blow a hole through both sides, who cares? You know what I mean? We have dogs and we have drones now, so, like, I care about them being dead. I don't care about the blood. You know
So
what I mean?
I truly believe now. Obviously, like I don't know, can't say for certain, but I don't think my southeast whitetail would have died if I was using an expandable, and I don't think I would have got that elk if I was using an expandable, just from the locations that were hit on both.
Yeah, they were both, like, one was, like, semi-frontal shot
Hmm.
or quarter two, and the other was broadside, but maybe an inch or two into the
Hmm.
I think you legitimately, like, broke both the shoulders on that deer. I mean, I know you did because it was running off of 2 legs.
Yeah, it was bad.
It's shaking.
Um, but yeah, that elk was for sure quartered. I mean, obviously quartered too, but like hit it right there, and then it went out this back shoulder. Could it have still died with a expandable? Probably, maybe, but I mean, definitely got to pass through, and that 100% helped.
Yeah. Here's another one. Jameson said, boy, sorry I haven't been watching. I got the game on. Do you guys do any bass fishing or anything in the spring or summer?
I've been low key like really excited to try to go this year.
Bass fishing?
Yeah, I mean just fishing in general because like I mean I don't want to put too much pressure on Carol, but I want to go catch another spoonbill, and
That
then
was
I
super
want that was very fun, and then I also want to try to go crappie fishing or bass fishing one. Like absolutely adore bass fishing, but it's just seems like hardly anymore during the summertime. I don't have that much time. Sounds bad. I got more time to whitetail hunt during the winter than I do bass fishing in the summer, and I live 15 miles from a Great Lake. So it's just
Yeah.
one of those things. I definitely want to, just whether or not I can squeeze it out. What about you?
I really do enjoy fishing. It's just one of those things that if you go hunting as much as my wife tolerates, it's tough to justify, you know, doing a bunch of other stuff.
But how
So
fun would that be? Just to like, it doesn't have to be every Friday, but you just enter those Friday night jackpots and you just kind of just hang out. Whatever happens, happens. Like you're not. I mean, you're trying to win it, but if you don't win it, it's like, hey, we're just here to compete and like have fun.
it would be amazing. I mean, I live down in Central Texas. It's some of the best bass fishing in the world down here. And if I had a $10,000 boat, I'd be having a dang good time. I live in a living in a suburban neighborhood. I'm like, I couldn't have a boat, but if I lived on a few acres, I'd probably be weaseling my way into finding a boat to bass fish because I think it'd be super fun with my son too. I think it'd be really fun to take him out and like it's just a really good way to go do something that's active and fun. So dude, we probably fished more growing up than we hunted. I think we fished a lot more than we hunted.
100%. Yeah. I remember there was snow on the ground and the creek was basically frozen over, and we'd try to find those patches in the creek that still were kind of thawed out so we
And
could
we
use our
catch 'em.
little, yeah, our jerk baits. And we were just like, dude, it was 10-minute casts, just jerking it and waiting, jerking it and waiting, just because, I mean, they moved so slow. But we caught a few, but damn it, dude, that's what we like to do. Sorry for cussing, but
Do you
that was
remember when
fun.
we would like look up on dial-up internet, like cold season tactics for stuff like in lakes, and we're like, okay, we're gonna go implement this on the creek that's 4 foot deep. Like
Yeah.
you gotta get deep. The bass are deep. Yeah, it's just
Yeah, no, we were. I mean, it was about it, dude. I mean, obviously, I think that's a lot of people, though. I think fishing is most people's like gateway drug into the outdoors.
I mean, it's something you don't have to kill an animal, catch and release, right? You
Yeah,
can be a liberal and fish, man. Look at that. We found our common ground.
yeah, fishing, ripping
Yeah.
lips. I like it. Apparently, he rips a lot of lips. I think we commented on his bass in his profile pic
Oh yeah.
last time, but yeah, that's a hog.
Yep.
Zach says I have a hard time when I go out whether to search for sheds or scout. Do both.
Oh, my eye is not attuned for sheds. So I just scout, and that way, if I find a shed, it's like a little bonus. It's like a little crispy treat. Like that's what I was saying earlier. I went on a listing appointment. I had one Saturday and one Sunday, and I went out and I was driving my side by side touring this property, and I drove up on about a 30-inch deadhead, and I was like, that counts. That's another shed. So now I'm at 3 for the year. Also, does a deadhead count as 2 sheds?
I think
Or
it
does
counts as one, just
okay,
because it's like together.
I'll them off and that'll be 4.
Okay, cheat.
No.
That's fine.
Yeah. I'm at 3 though. So call it a
It's not
win.
bad.
I'm
It's
getting
not
to
bad
40.
for considering probably none of them down there has dropped. It's pretty good.
Oh, no new sheds. No.
Yeah.
Not at all. And I don't know if we're gonna that probably won't drop for a while because I've been shed hunting out in freaking April and seen 2 sides just running around.
So, Zach, simple answer. If you go out and you don't find any sheds, hey, I was just mainly out there looking for spots. I was just scouting. But if you go out there and find a lot of sheds, that's what you're out there doing.
You were shed hunting.
Yep.
Good man. Denton said, Jake, next live, wear that Davy Crockett hat.
You want me to? I'll wear it right now. We ain't got to wait.
I remember Jake used to wear that thing. Oof. Oh my God, Professor.
Oh, we got the tail on the way.
Can't even put headphones on.
This thing's thick. I'm going to get hot.
A whole Davy. Man,
At least you got some hair on my head now. That's pretty cool.
Dude, I'm actually getting I'm getting really upset about it, but my hairline's receding pretty bad.
Shut up. You're talking to you're complaining to the wrong person about that.
No,
Brother, I've been losing hair since high school.
No, it literally is, and it's depressing me because it's like my only decent feature. It's like it's part of my.
You are pretty ugly. Yeah.
But the hair, take a 3 to a 5, man. Sad.
Yeah.
It's really sad.
God can't give us everything.
I know. He gives us toughest battles, strongest soldiers. Oh man, that's funny. So what's
Not everybody can be like Denton and his kids.
Denton said if you would have wore that, you would have shot a booner.
I think I've hunted this a couple times. It didn't work.
So here's an interesting question. We can kind of close with this unless some other stuff comes up. And I ask Jake Ayers this question every once in a while just to kind of heat check. What's the likelihood that one of us kill a booner in the next decade?
Like 170?
Yeah.
Net?
Gross.
A gross 170. That's not a booner.
It's a poor man's booner.
Okay. It's a southern man's booner. In the next 10 years?
Yeah.
Out of 3 people?
Sure. Yeah. Just your broader friend group like Justin and Jordan, me, you.
Oh.
Jake.
In the next 10 years, I would think gross 170. I think 2 people.
You think so?
I think 2 people. One, probably, I don't want to say for sure, but like, I think 2 people. What would you say?
I just think about the ones that I've actually seen, like either on trail camera or.
But you said gross.
For sure. But I legitimately think that I've seen 1 or 2, like 1 on the hoof in summer scouting and then 1 with trail cameras. And I never was ever in the game for either one of them. So it's hard to fathom. I think without some serious Midwestern hunting, there's pretty much a 0 or like a 5% chance. But I think if we continue to hunt like Kansas and every once in a while we'll have 1 somewhere else. But
I think 1 will be pulled out of where, and then I think the other one is like Jake will probably kill in Kansas.
It's probably a fair point.
That's the only reason I say 2 instead of 1, because if it's like Jake excluded and Kansas excluded, and if it's just down there where we go with like Justin Jordan, all those people, it's like I think 1 will eventually. I think
it can happen. It's depressing.
If you don't think of it like that, then you're not going to be as amped.
Yeah. Cover 2 Outdoors said new baby boy added to the farm or the fam over the weekend. Congratulations, man. That's awesome.
Nice.
Very happy for you.
It's the year of the
Very
children.
cool. It is the year of the men. Denton said next year with 2 flexing emojis. Dude, I hope so, Denton. If you kill one, can I take a picture with it? At
You
least let me
did.
put my arm
You did
around
kill
you.
one on ChatGPT.
Oh, dude, I killed a freaking 400-inch typical on ChatGPT.
Yeah.
You know did I ever tell you about Jordan calling me about that?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I did. Yeah. Jordan called me. He's like, "Congratulations, man. That was a giant." And I was like, "Justin didn't tell you?" He's like, "Tell me what?" I was like, "That's fake. Look at the ears." He's like, "Oh, you."
You also had like an extra finger, I think, on that picture.
That thing had like double split ears. Looks like it had 4 ears. ChatGPT's getting pretty good though
It's not
on
bad.
the deer. Logan said, "Can someone explain the fun of shed hunting to me? It's like collecting the things that I wasn't good enough to get while they could run." Yeah.
You got to get it somewhere, brother.
So I like shed hunting in its proper context. When someone finds a shed and they act like they killed the deer, that kind of pisses me off a little bit because I'm like, you didn't kill him. He dropped you a
Yeah.
treat to find. But if you find it and you're like, man, that's really neat. I'd like to hunt that deer next year. This is cool. Building history. I think that's cool. But finding a shed is not killing them. Some people think it is. It's not. Logan said 100% chance.
Would you ever mount a set of sheds if you just found absolute, just let's say 100-inch shit, like 100-inch sides? Let's just go crazy. Would you
Like
mount it
mount them on a fake skull or something?
on a shoulder
Oh,
mount?
you're talking about like on a shoulder mount. No, hell no, not on a shoulder mount.
Okay,
No, I because it's kind of giving the illusion that you killed it. You know what I mean?
fair.
I think it's cool, but I also if I found a set of sheds big enough to mount and I put them in my room, it'd probably be the biggest deer in my room, and I don't want to like
Hey, what's
not
that?
not that it matters at all, but I would probably put them on a like a one of those heads, the
I
fake
get what
head.
you're saying because like me and Dakota had this conversation the other day because like I have my euros in here are that I have inside the house are just the ones that like I've shot. But I have much bigger deadheads that I've found. And Dakota was like, dude, how come you don't put those outside, like out in the garage, and then bring the big ones in here and like put them inside the house? And I'm like, well, because they don't really mean as much to me.
Yeah, I
And
didn't
it's
kill him.
kind of, yeah, it's kind of the same thing.
I agree. Yeah. Zach said it's finding a stud shed that you never had on camera or killed. That would be nice. Never done that. Claymore said, I think one of y'all is laying one down next year. He's talking about a booner. Dude.
Better be a booner pronghorn.
Frick, yeah. That'd be awesome. Hunter Simmons said that was the best episode of Landman yet. Yeah, dude. I don't know if that's the season finale or not, Hunter, but that episode was freaking awesome. Jake, you don't get to understand. Logan said, I'm talking about mounting sheds. Look up the Mendota Max if you haven't seen him, and you can understand why people mount some sheds. Let's see. Now you got me looking. The Mendota Max. Let me see. Mendota.
This is probably like some naughty website or something. Oh, wow.
Oh, yeah. How tall was that fence, bub? Yeah, that's a monster.
That's crazy.
Jeez. Wow, that's awesome.
Would you mount those?
Maybe. I might mount those, Logan.
Oh, he said low fence deer.
That's incredible. That's awesome. Well, what do you think about wrapping her up?
I like it. That was fun. Thank you everybody for joining and sticking with us in the slow period of the year. You got any housekeeping stuff you want to get off?
No. Yeah, just stick with us. We got some big plans for the fall and summer with the podcast. So cool stuff incoming, and we'll you guys are in the dead season with us, so we'll just all survive as one big community. We're about as far away from deer season as we're possibly going to be this year. So hopefully everybody's finding sheds. Hopefully everybody's having a great week.
Yeah. What everybody needs to do is send them pictures of the sheds they find to the Instagram. That way, every time that you go out and not find something, they can just rub it in, and you can look at it 24/7. So
I
yeah,
would
if
love
y'all want to send us that stuff, and also Logan, if you want to take us fishing, we'd be down for that too. So
exactly guided, poles rigged up, live
yes,
scope ready to
I don't
go.
touch the fish. You take them off.
I only live scope. Yeah, if you ain't scoping, you're hoping. But no, I think that's pretty much it, boys. Catch you guys in the next episode. See you next Monday, 7 p.m. for the live, and hopefully we'll start throwing in some internals and other stuff in here. So
Yep.
it'll be fun.
Jesus loves you.
Bye.